Hello everybody and welcome back to Fire Emblem Engage, where we left off. We looked at Ivy's bond conversations, and now we are going to deal with Goldmary's conversations, to which I fully expect her to just be flirting with the emblems and having them just not understand what's going on. So let's begin.
I'm sorry if I completely overshadow you, Marth, but you're charming in your own right.
No need for concern. This army has many personalities more charming than my own.
Basically everyone else that's not mobbier.
This may be hard to fathom now, but I used to be quite complacent and difficult to motivate.
Indeed, that is hard to fathom. How did you become the Goldmary you are today?
I was caught in a battle. War is a cruel but effective teacher. It made me want to be more.
War came to me in my youth in much the same way. It seems we are alike in that regard.
Noted.
Already done for the day, Goldmary? Most of the others are still training.
No need to overdo it. I've already perfected my form. I'm curious, Celica. Are emblems able to bathe?
I'm not sure. Without a physical body, it's never occurred to me to try.
Perhaps we could try going to a hot spring sometime. You might enjoy it.
Yes, that sounds nice. If nothing else, I think I would enjoy the atmosphere of such a place.
Befriending Hortensia at the Academy in Elusia was perhaps my life's greatest turning point.
I too met my dearest friends at an academy. Our bonds carried us through a great deal. I deeply cherish your friendship.
I see. So not even emblems are immune to my stunning charm.
You are indeed graceful and highly skilled in battle. It is a pleasure to have you as an ally.
Of course. I'm sorry if the standard set by my talent is unfair to all your other friends.
Other friends.
Is something the matter? You seem dejected.
I am thinking of all the distraction I've inflicted on others in battle with my alluring elegance. Is it selfish that I want you to notice how charming I am, even in the middle of a war?
Yes. That is absolutely selfish. Yes.
Do not trouble yourself over that, Goldmary. You're a fine ally to have on the battlefield.
I like having you around, Roy. Your strength complements my sophistication.
Sure. Yeah, we work well together.
He's like, I don't know what the fuck to say to this.
Everything you cook looks delicious, Goldmary. Really makes me wish I could eat.
I suppose you'll have to content yourself with the aroma. Could I ask a favor of you, Roy?
Of course. I'll help any way I can.
I've heard of a delightful hot spring I'd like to visit. Would you accompany me?
Must be in a dangerous area if you need an escort. Don't worry. I'll get you there safely.
Finally, another one of the gesture count. That could be the last one. I hope we get to 150. I would love to end at 150 at least. Also, I'm pretty sure a 15-year-old would still be super excited to have an attractive woman go to the hot springs with them, so I question if he's 15 or not.
You've refined your technique, Goldmary. I can't wait to see it in the next battle.
Thank you. With my form honed to such elegant perfection, I won't even need strength training.
Forgot to account for all of her perfection hard-on stuff, so maybe she won't be flirting, but she'll keep talking about her elegance and perfection.
I've put on a poor performance lately. Graceful technique just doesn't seem to be enough.
That's what you get for cutting corners with your strength training. I know you're busy, and training takes up time, but try to find a routine that works for you.
You're right. Shortcuts are not my style anyway. Will you teach me a good routine?
And Lynn says nothing.
I grew up surrounded by luxurious hot springs, so I appreciate a good soak more than most.
Hot springs must be amazing. I wonder if there are any such places in the world I come from.
Well, I would fucking imagine yes.
Our talk has had me trying to remember when I last had a good bath.
I imagine it's difficult without a body. Taking you to the hot springs might be a little pointless. Then again, you may not need a body to appreciate how relaxing they can be.
Interesting suggestion. We should pay your village a visit when we get the chance.
I hope you don't mind sparring with someone as devastatingly charming as me, Ike.
Sparring? Like with weapons? Not sure I get how charm figures into that, but I don't mind.
Like, what the fuck is this charm nonsense? Just fight me.
It must be difficult for you to spend so much time around me and not develop feelings.
I don't know what to say to that. You have earned my trust, though, Goldmary. I guess trust is a feeling.
I knew it. I'm so glad. Thank you.
He's like, yeah, I don't care, but you can fight, so I guess you're okay.
You seem pensive, Goldmary. What's on your mind?
Oh. I'm usually the charming one in any pair, but in our case, I think it might actually be you.
You're not gonna replace Pepsi for a Micaiah thumbnail. Or like, this is not gonna be the new Micaiah. I'm trying to make a different emblem for each thumbnail. And, also, your charm is not as equal to Mary Sue. Don't worry.
It's a shame my home village is so far away. I would love to show you the hot springs.
That sounds like fun. A bath might be wasted on me, though, since I have no physical form.
True. Maybe it's for the best then. The envy would be too much for you, I'm sure.
You seem to hear only what you want to hear.
Wow, called the fuck out. Damn, Micaiah.
I may be adorable, but you clearly have something that I don't. A kind of panache.
Do I? Well, to be frank, sometimes I wish I had your superb elegance. I've been watching you as we fight together. I think you've been developing some panache.
You think so? I'm so glad. Actually, I've noticed lately that you can be quite elegant yourself. Perhaps you and I have been rubbing off on each other. We do make a fine team.
We do. Everyone, I'm very sorry if Goldmary and I are too much for you to handle.
What have you taught her? Oh no.
When I'm bathing in a hot spring, I feel as if all my worries are simply drifting away.
I know what you mean. Back home, I'd soak until my fingers and toes were all wrinkled up.
That is, of course, unless I entered the wrong person's bath, in which case I would run away like a coward. Male Corin 2.
I should take you to visit my home village, Corin. We have hot springs all over.
That sounds idyllic. Of course, I'd love to go. This is a bit silly, but since I won't be able to bathe, maybe you could dip my ring in for me?
That is a request I'm happy to honor. We'll make sure your ring comes out sparkling.
How precious.
You haven't complimented me once today, Byleth. There's no need to hold back, you know.
I'll keep that in mind. Thanks. That was quite a dramatic sigh. What's wrong?
Merely lamenting that my talent is impossible for most to fathom. The curse of greatness.
She's so narcissistic.
My village is famous for its hot springs.
That sounds great. We had a sauna back at the academy. We used to relax in it after training.
Sharing a sauna with your students? Were you not worried about being too familiar with them?
Oh, no. I was pretty informal with my students. But I always kept a respectful distance, too.
You marry your students.
It's been nice getting to know you, Goldmary. I think we're going to be great friends.
I'm relieved to hear you say that, Tiki. I was worried you'd be too jealous of my charisma. If you like hot springs, you'd love the town in Illusia where I grew up.
It must be a lovely place. Will you take me there someday?
No.
So sorry.
Ow! No more.
I'm sorry that you stood no chance. If not for Princess Hortensia, I might have turned out ordinary. Perish the thought.
Sometimes you meet someone by chance, and it changes everything. For me, that was Mama. But it's the same for us, isn't it? We met by chance, and now we're really close friends.
It's lovely to hear you say that. Thank you, Tiki.
How adorable.
Do you have anything to say to me about that last battle? Compliments on my skill, perhaps?
Sure. You handled yourself well. You know, you remind me of a friend I had named Sarah.
No idea who that is.
I appreciate your willingness to step in and help, even if I do always have things under control.
When I see a friend in danger, I don't hesitate. That's all there is to it.
I struggled for success at the academy. Hard as that may be to believe. Perfection is never easy.
I can relate to some of that. I used to skip studying in the castle in favor of the arena.
For what it's worth, I think those rough edges of yours are a big part of your charm.
I never thought of it like that. I just wanted to be strong, so I could protect my friends.
Okay.
Please be thorough and effusive.
I'd rather gauge your performance without any praise and adjust our strategy accordingly.
How boring.
I understand if my charm overwhelms you, Soren, but there's no need to lash out over it.
Clearly, there's been a misunderstanding.
Very much a Soren thing to say. If he wasn't restricted from being a Nintendo-based character, he more than likely would have said, I don't give a shit. But he can't say that because he's a Nintendo character, unfortunately.
Some points of improvement for you from the last battle. You should... Are you even listening?
Why am I working so hard for someone who doesn't even give me any compliments?
No interruptions, please. Now, about your combat positioning.
I've actually begun to take constructive criticism. What have you done to me?
Tempting to make that the thumbnail, but that was Fram's part, so you're not gonna get another thumbnail, Soren. Don't be greedy.
I noticed you watching me in the last battle. I'm sorry if my incredible skill is distracting to you.
It wasn't distracting. I was just thinking that we could have used those skills in the Shepherds.
Honestly, yes.
I grew up around the most glorious hot springs in Illusia. Are there hot springs in your world?
There are. Monsters called the Risen actually attacked us in the middle of one once.
If my memory serves correctly, that's the special DLC that you had to pay for to see Tharja in a bikini, and that got censored in North America because people are afraid of a butt. Or her butt was too sexy to be seen by mortal eyes, so they had to censor her. Take your pick.
Perfection as I already am, I think it's important to strive continually to improve.
That's a great attitude to have, Goldmary. Would you like to train with me and Robin? We may be a bit strict, but stick with us and you'll be crashing through walls in no time.
What is with these emblems and breaking walls? By gosh, it's only a matter of time before they break the fourth wall.
Crashing through walls? It might be challenging to find an elegant way to do that, but... alright.
The thought occurs. Instead of getting piece of shit Soren as an extra emblem, we could have gotten Kiran, which would have been hilarious. But no, we had to get Ike's boyfriend.
I'm sorry if my stellar performance in battle was a shock, Camilla. I did my best to prepare you.
Oh, it's no trouble at all. You have quite a lot of confidence. I admire that.
I guess you could say too much confidence.
What's the point of you?
Looks like it's my loss.
We should visit my village sometime. It's home to the finest hot springs in Illusia, you know.
That sounds delightful. I do love a good soak.
Especially when Corin is involved.
I feel sorry for our opponents in battle. They're too mesmerized by our elegance to fight back.
Not exactly the word I would use to describe the enemy's distraction. Why do you have a mole on your chest? How long has that been there? I can't zoom in anymore. I mean, I can zoom in on the editing, but I'm not going to. How long has that mole been there? Because that is very much not perfect. That is very distracting.
Never feel bad about using every advantage to kill your enemies, Goldmary.
I suppose you're right. At least they got to witness something wonderful before they died.
Yeah, got that right. Except for the mole.
Exactly. That's why we make a brilliant team.
Definitely make a certain B-word team.
I'm sorry if I'm an inconvenience to you, Claude. My exceptional skill can be hard to plan around.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. You know, you're nothing like the girl you first reminded me of.
I swear to Ashera, if you think she reminded you of Leonie, I will punch you in your dick. Because Leonie is fucking annoying. And albeit, if you don't find Goldmary attractive, you can easily find her unbelievably annoying. And I can definitely see that. But she's more likable than Leonie ever will be.
Would you like to hear about my village? It's home to the finest hot springs in all Illusia.
Sounds nice. My school had a sauna. I loved sitting in that place as long as I could stand it.
And that face is a matter of, I couldn't stand it for long, I suck.
Don't make me angry.
You can if you bested me.
I'm sorry that you stood no chance. Tell me more about this sauna at your school. Illusia's academy doesn't have anything like it.
It was basically a steam room. You toss water on some hot rocks, kick back, and relax.
That sounds lovely. Though probably a little stifling if you stay in too long.
The most refreshing part's actually right when you get out. Feels like you're lighter than air.
You can die now. I'm sorry that you stood no chance. I only have pure staggering charisma to fall back on.
Surely you can rely on your confidence as well.
Has spoiled all other forms of companionship.
I don't know what that means. I have enjoyed speaking with you, though. People think of you. Why do you care so much?
Of course it matters. I'd never be popular if I had an attitude like that.
How does one become popular exactly? Is it a matter of training?
No, actually, it's quite simple. You have to be likable and entertaining, which is something you will never have.
You could think of it that way. Charm is a skill anyone can learn. I'd be happy to teach you.
So, you know how, by this point, I just edit out all of the loading screens like this, and I edit out all of the select emblem, select Goldmary, select so-and-so, and all this bond level such. I want you to look at the time code for this video. However long it is. It could be 15 minutes, it could be 24 minutes, I don't care. I want you to look at the time code. Let it be known that I have been recording for now 1 full hour. Right at that moment. 1 entire hour. So, let it be known, however long this video is, that's how much was edited out, which is just all this... This man was staring the whole time. That's how much time was edited out of this video. Still an easy video to make, because I don't really do that insane edits as opposed to my Among Us videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next part, where we talk about Marin's bond conversations. Jackass, out!